finally got to Seville. Been a long day. I got up at 6 and got to the airport around 6:50 a.m. Checked in a bag because basically you can't seem to buy SIS gels in Spain, so I didn't want to risk trying a different type of gel and buying something while I was in Seville, so I packed my gels, but funnily put my Vaporflies in my cabin bag because I didn't want to risk losing my bag, because I guess I'm willing to rebuy all of my kit apart from the super shoes if my bag was lost. But anyway, bag wasn't lost, that was fine. So flight was good, really pretty flight. It was a pretty grey day in Edinburgh, but once you're above the clouds, yeah, super sunny, nice views over as we flew over Wales and kind of like Plymouth sort of area. I'm really bad with English geography, I can't actually remember what that bit of England's called, but yeah, nice views of France, and then really nice views of the Picos de Europa mountain range and poking through the clouds with the snow on top. And then yeah, as you get close to Malaga again, all the nice mountains down at the south of Spain. And as we kind of turned around just off the coast to come into land, you could see Morocco in the mountains there. So yeah, really nice plane ride. Then I had a few hours to kill before my bus. I got a direct bus from Malaga airport to Seville. Bus dragged on a bit, but yeah, got caught in a bit of traffic as we got into Seville, but it was sunset sort of time, so I guess that made it alright. It was quite nice views. Anyway, just walking along the river now. Gonna go check into my Airbnb. I'm staying in Triana, which is the area just across the river from sort of centre of Seville, centre of the city. It's a really nice neighbourhood, but yeah, just great to be back in Spain, back in Andalusia, back in Seville. I've already seen quite a few runners out, some even in the marathon t-shirt, so they must have already been to the expo to pick their runner's bag up and number and stuff. But yeah, that'll be me tomorrow. Anyway, checking in a bit. Nice, got a little run in there. Too tempting not to. Felt like a bit of a dick running in my Vaporflies, but yeah, didn't bring a pair of I do actually have another pair of trainers, but they're my Hoka Speed Goats, and I really don't want to. I thought I'd take looking like a dick in the Vaporflies rather than rub down my lugs on the Speed Goats, because I want to preserve them. But yeah, 3.27k I think, about 15-16 minutes. Got pretty sweaty, which is quite funny considering it's not actually that hot, but yeah, really not used to the Spanish warmth anymore. Yeah, so Airbnb room is pretty nice. Quite a quiet flat on, yeah, sort of tucked away. It's quite close to the main street, but somehow not too loud, which is good. And the hosts are very nice. She complimented me on my Spanish accent, but said my grammar isn't very good, which I think is yeah, pretty accurate summary, I would say. Anyway, yeah, nice to have checked in, and yeah, just great to be back in Spain. It's nice walking around in the evening, and it's like, yeah, I feel like Spain really comes into its own when it's about post 7 p.m. and everyone's out dressed nice, out to go to the shops and have dinner and stuff. So yeah, feeling really happy to be here. Glad I've chosen Seville. Really hope the ankle can hold up, but we'll see. Buenos dias. Just headed out to the expo, had a nice breakfast, nice, well-fed, very kind of my Airbnb host to make me breakfast. But yeah, just gonna go to the expo and grab my number and goodie bag and all that. So I need to navigate the bus system because the expo is quite far away. But yeah, just gonna go do that, and then I'll see what my plans are this afternoon. Very nice. Yeah, so that next bridge that you can see over there, right by that little Ferris wheel, is yeah, the left side of that bridge is where the roundabout is, where the start is tomorrow. And just on the other side of those trees is Plaza España, where there's that kind of quite infamous section of the race around 3/4 of the way through that you have to run around Plaza España, which is incredibly scenic, but yeah, not great for the cornering aspect. But yeah, don't know if you can make out, but lots of people running along the river there. Oh, it's just such a nice day. God, I really miss the sun. So many runners out as well. Lots of them look like pretty serious ones, probably out for their final shakeout pre-marathon tomorrow. But yeah, just increíble. The runner's bag, got the t-shirt and my number, which is the most important thing. So yeah, now just wandering back to the bus stop. Gonna get the bus back into the centre of town. Yeah, the expo is at this exhibition centre, which is quite far away. I think it's probably closer to the airport than it is to the centre of the city actually. But yeah, nice to see a different part of Seville, I guess. But yeah, don't really know what the rest of the day's plan is. Probably try and stay off my feet as much as possible. So yeah, gonna take the bus back into town and then find a cafe, have a coffee, read my book, and just relax a bit. Pretty loud, and don't know if you can make this out, but quite nice. They've got the green lines painted on the road to yeah, just show you the most optimal route for the 42k. It's always nice that they have that at big marathon races. But yeah, I've seen that quite a bit about the city today, so they must have painted it on the road for the whole course. So yeah, very nice. I'll be trying to stick to that as much as possible tomorrow. Here we go, there's the start. So yeah, pretty exciting, all getting set up. Without this turning into too much of a a non-running related video and more of a tour video, another interesting Andalusian fact for you is these orange trees that you see everywhere. If you're in Spain or in Andalusia and you see a fallen orange, probably best not to eat it because they are marmalade oranges, so obviously very tart and not very sweet. And yeah, it's funny because in Spain marmalade isn't very popular, so all these public orange trees, there's not tons on them now because I guess it's not the season, but you see absolutely tons of them about. And yeah, the council comes and gives them a good old frisk and collects them all up, and then yeah, in the places like the UK where we do eat a lot of see all of them over there, we do eat a lot of marmalade. They export all the oranges for us to make a marmalade, and you can tell apparently they're marmalade oranges because when you look really closely, there's the big leaf and then at the bottom of the big leaf there's a mini leaf. Anyway, something I learned from when I was living in Spain. Alright, so dinner consumed. Had quite a funny meal. Basically, was looking up a few restaurants, and yeah, God, seeing as everyone in Spain has dinner around 9-10 p.m, so many places don't even open until 8 at least, and I didn't really want to wait that long to have dinner, so found an Italian restaurant that was open, went in there, and I think about 75% of the restaurant were not from Spain, and we're also running the marathon. And very coincidentally, the table that I was sat literally next to was this Scottish couple. Anyway, that was quite funny. The guy got my order wrong, but I just ordered a pasta dish and he gave me a different pasta dish, so that's fine. But yeah, all fed. Just on my way back to the Airbnb now, and yeah, just gonna chill and try and get an early night. God, no, I'm not looking forward to these tomorrow. Yeah, so I'm a big journal type person. I've got my daily journal, which I write in about all sorts of stuff, and then I also have my running journal, which I keep to log all my training. Yeah, I just find it really useful. I know lots of other people also do that, but yeah, it just sort of keeps me accountable to what I have planned for the week and allows me to kind of look back at how things have gone. So yeah, it's quite cool right now just to reflect on all the hard work that's gone into the Seville block. Yeah, that's 1,184 kilometers over the 12 weeks. I just totaled it up, and 90 hours and 27 minutes. In a way, it's kind of a shame if you look at week 11 and 12. Obviously, the taper hasn't really gone to plan because of the injury I picked up at the very end of week 10. But yeah, quite cool to think that had it not been for that, it would have been probably 100 hours of hard training. And yeah, irrespective of it not reaching that, I can still be pretty proud of that. And yeah, no matter what happens tomorrow, I've got to be pleased with that. And yeah, just going forward for future marathon builds, it's really promising. And yeah, I've definitely learned a lot. So gonna learn a lot more tomorrow. Looking forward to it. Extremely nervous. Um, but yeah, really cool to look back on, and I'm glad I've kind of documented it as I have done in this book. Right, sleep time. All set. Journaled a little bit. Read a very nice note from my partner that she wrote me and posted up earlier on in the week, which I brought out. So that's very nice. Had some, yeah, lots of nice messages from friends and family just wishing me luck. So yeah, feeling very appreciative of all of them, and yeah, just looking forward to it. Hope I can get to sleep all right. All my kit's laid out. I got my 2 bananas for breakfast ready, and my kind of hydration tablet that'll pop in my water. Yeah, anyway, just need to sleep now. So I'm gonna do that, and yeah, check back in the morning, and then maybe yeah, film a couple of bits while I'm warming up just to show you what the start looks like. And then yeah, don't have anyone with me, so I'm not really gonna have any race footage, but hopefully I'll pick up some bits and bobs from the live stream and stuff like that. Asics gave us quite a cool thing in the runner's bag. They gave this sheet of paper that had a QR code, and you can put in, when you scan the QR code, you put in your bib number once the race is done, and they put together a little personalized video of all the kind of footage, I guess, that they catch of you on the various cameras, mainly finish line footage, I think. But anyway, be able to steal a little bit of that. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow. morning. That's me. Just left the Airbnb on my way to the start line. It's pretty quiet. Not many people about, although I'm sure in about 5 minutes I'm going to start seeing some other marathon runners. But yeah, can't believe the race day has finally arrived. Got up, had my banana and a little energy bar thing. Main agenda point of the morning was to try and go to the loo. That was a success. So yeah, got all my kit on, wrote my splits on my arm, packed the bag, and yeah, it's a pretty close walk from my Airbnb to the start. It's only about 20 minutes, but I set off a little bit early just to walk really slow. Yeah, hopefully warm up a bit. Ankles feeling a bit stiff, but it normally does in the morning, so yeah, hopefully that loosens up in the walk. And I'm ready to go. I'll check back in around the start. So dropped my bag off, all of my kit. Gonna go warm up now, got about half an hour, so yeah.
De nuevo a la campeona. Recibirá el ramo de flores de parte de Susana Cima de Total Energies.
There we go. Seville Marathon, CNAF. Oh my god, that was incredibly tough. Yeah, just limping back to my Airbnb right now. Got lots to say about the race. I will probably have a little bit of a think about how to articulate it all and record something later, but yeah, unfortunately wasn't my day. I finished in 2:43:37, so yeah, managed to get my seagull, but didn't get that London Championship time of 2:40, unfortunately. But yeah, so many lessons learned. What an experience. Amazing race. Brutal distance. Beautiful distance. But yeah, be better for the next one. Oh god. One down, 3 to go. Maybe even harder than the race. Alrighty, so yeah, been a pretty tiring day, a lot of time in the sun. I haven't really done tons other than just sort of hobble about and find different spots to sit on a bench and just kind of soak up the Seville vibes. Stopped for a coffee and got lunch. But yeah, had a lot of time to reflect on the race. Obviously, it's still just the day of the race, so there'll be lots more reflecting to do in the days and weeks to come, and even months, until my next marathon, which is going to be Yorkshire in October. So that'll be quite a different experience, given the course just being mostly out in country lanes and stuff, and probably quite a bit of less crowd. Anyway, that'll be my second and only other marathon this year, and in between that I'll kind of treat myself to a little hill racing season to get back out on the hills, which would be good, which I've really missed since focusing on this Seville block. Anyway, digressing slightly. Yeah, so many lessons learned from this morning. Lots of things I would probably change in terms of how I went about training. Obviously some things were out of my hands, like getting injured, and yeah, I guess I'm not really sure how much fitness I would have lost in the 2 weeks. People kind of have conflicting ideas on that. Some people would say I probably didn't lose very much, but I think just not really running at all in the past 2 weeks was not helpful for the legs. Just sort of keeping race ready, especially as I did no running at pace. I know you don't do tons in the last 2 weeks, but it's good to get out for some 400 reps or just a bit of race pace. Yeah, in the warm-up I didn't actually do my usual warm-up because I was a bit worried that the sort of speed element to my warm-up towards the end of the warm-up, just before the race started, would aggravate my ankle. And then yeah, I mean, I don't want this to sound like I'm making excuses or anything. I think the race was just not that I didn't think it was going to be hard, but it was maybe even harder than I thought. There was a few other things that affected it, but yeah, from the off I could feel my ankle pretty badly, so I knew it was going to be tough going. And yeah, in a lot of ways I'm actually glad that the ankle held up for the whole race. But yeah, it was definitely quite painful, even with the strapping that I put on this morning. Came through 5k, 10k, 15k, feeling pretty good, in spite of the ankle. And then halfway was starting to feel it a bit, and that's when I knew it was going to get tough, because people always say the last 10k of the marathon's really where the halfway point is. But yeah, by coming through the half, I think I was in about 1:18:30 or something, so roughly on pace. But yeah, I was starting to feel a bit fatigued then, and then yeah, I got to about 30k feeling about the same. And then my race really fell apart after that. Just after 30k, I think about between 31 and 32k, I started getting cramp in my left calf. And I'm really not someone who ever cramps, so that was quite a new experience for me. Although I have obviously listened to, heard from a lot of people and read a lot of stuff from people who experience bad cramping during long races. So yeah, the only way to manage that is to kind of drop the pace. So when the cramping started, I was basically, my splits were between 3:40 and 3:45 as had been intended, and then instantly when I felt the first twinge in my left calf, I had to drop the pace to about 4 minutes a kilometer. I could just about hack that. I tried to kind of quicken it a bit each time, but then the cramping would come on again. And then that slowed down to 4:10 and 4:15, and then I was running 4:30 at certain points. So yeah, that was a bit of a shame. Cramping really affected the last 10k of the race, basically from 32 to 42k, and then by the last 5k I was just gone. Yeah, really tough, really depleted energy wise. Another thing I think that brought on the cramping was that I wasn't actually expecting to feel the heat as much. It wasn't super hot temperature wise, but in the latter half of the race, or the whole race in fact, really, it was really sunny, and a lot of the race there was long stretches where you were just running in the sun, and I was obviously sweating a lot, and yeah, could have done with some salts or something like that. Could have done with more gels as well. I think I definitely could have done with at least 2 more gels, so that'll be something to consider for Yorkshire, in the sort of fueling side of things. I think most of the water stations I grabbed a cup of water and a cup of isotonic drink, but the amount that they gave you in the cups wasn't that much, and I don't think I was taking enough liquids on board, so that wasn't good, because I was obviously sweating a lot and finding it quite hot. But yeah, so main things I would change probably for next time would be at least 2 more gels. I guess Yorkshire is maybe not going to be the issue of it being so hot, but the next time I run a marathon where it's going to be sunny and I'm going to be feeling the warmth, yeah, I would say look into how I can counteract that. I know people have these kind of salt, I don't even know, sachets or something, sort of for running specific ones, and maybe just consume more salt the day before or the morning of. But yeah, gonna have to see if that cramping becomes an issue again, because like I said, it's really not something that I've personally experienced very much of, although I know it's something that a lot of people do, so I'll need to read more into that. And yeah, and I guess just, not that you can control this, but not get injured 2 weeks before. Like I said, it's a huge positive that I managed to finish. Didn't quite get 240, but the only other marathon I've ran was London in 2015, which is ages ago, and I ran 3:48. So yeah, that technically was my personal best. So I guess technically speaking, I broke my personal best by, yeah, a chunk over an hour. So gotta be pleased with that. But yeah, still really proud of my performance. Definitely humbled by the marathon distance. I have ran the distance plenty of times in training, but yeah, other than London 2015, where I was just not it. Yeah, the runner I am now isn't really comparable to then, so it's hard to make a comparison. But yeah, very humbled today, but very proud as well. And all things considered, really happy to come away with a 2:43. Yeah, big Boston qualifier, so that's a big plus. So I guess if I wanted to enter Boston 2025, that would be a possibility. Almost, it's never a complete certainty, but almost a certainty. But yeah, lots of food for thought, lots of things to focus on, and yeah, a solid second debut at the marathon distance. Looking forward to do some hill races, and I've got a couple half marathons as well to try and maybe better my times over the half distance before yeah, in the sort of last quarter of the year or last third of the year, start gearing up towards Yorkshire and put in a solid block again for that. But yeah, can't complain. Probably will have a couple weeks off given the state of the ankle, but yeah, just gonna rest up the rest of the day, pop out for dinner somewhere close by so I don't have to walk too far, and then got my flight back to Edinburgh at 12:25 tomorrow. So yeah, been a great trip to Seville, great marathon, really recommend it. Amazing crowd, as it always is in Spain. Yeah, amazing city to run through the streets of, and don't know when I'll run Seville again, but definitely be one that I'll return to in the future. And I think I really like Seville, but I'm gonna have an even more special relationship with the place now, having raced the marathon here. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the little vlog and all the kind of content, and hear me chat away about the last couple of days and stuff. But yeah, really enjoyed it, and just very proud of the 2:43. Really can't complain. So oh.